No, Google.
Kind of early for the video, huh? Doesn't start for about 4 minutes. Wait! Don't leave yet. Might as well just hang out with me till it gets started. So I want to pitch you guys this idea, all right? See, I'm all cozied up. Got the little old trail. It's getting cold here in Michigan. October's coming up, and I thought this would be a good time to implement a series where every Sunday
No.
we watch some scary videos. I was thinking something like Spooky Scary Sundays. That's a mouthful. It might be a little too long. You know what you guys think in the description. Think you're writing the description now? Huh? You earned this. Down in the comments, hashtag SSS. You know, Spooky Scary. You guys remember when we reacted to that Llama Arts video where your boy got permission? Llama Arts herself, or himself, I don't know what you are, approved and gave us permission to react to their video, so you don't gotta feel bad. I'm not stealing anything. I got permission. Conscience is clean. And every weekend, every Sunday, we can react to some scary videos, horror animations, creepypastas, whatever y'all want to do. With that being said, I'm gonna get a snack for this. You guys will come in here. Now, this is the part where I just the camera and we would be downstairs. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna. I ain't got nothing I was thinking, while you're here, you could slice that like button for me. I really appreciate it. Some people don't understand how far it goes. Samurai, we're trying to reach 4 million subscribers before the end of the year. Right now, gonna happen. Too much? Too much? Okay. Too much? Just take a water. Alright guys, let's get this started. We got a couple more videos to react to. We got Momo in the back here. Momo, don't even try today. If you want to do your freaking intro, you're gonna have to... More times because I gotta sit. Alright guys, so this first one is called Fishing Stories Animated. Now, Llama Arts, I'm a big fan. I'm gonna just say this so there's no misunderstandings, nothing's getting misconstrued, alright? Your link's down in the description. Are saying that they like my videos, so let's get it. Daryl's Pond. Oh, is that the name of the story? Okay. We'll rock with it.
There used to be a pond about half a mile away from my old house that I would commonly go fishing at. It was nicknamed Daryl's Pond. I still have no idea who Daryl was or why it was called that, but nobody owned it, so people would once in a blue moon go fishing there as well.
Okay.
It was usually me by myself, though. I had dug a pole into the ground where I would tie a noose to and from my small kayak. I'd say it was about 3 in the afternoon when I rowed out to the middle of the pond, the sweet spot for getting a decent catch. There was
Relaxing.
another person coming out from the trees.
Oh, heck no! Okay, I'm not gonna be pausing it today, but is that John Scare Spectre?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scares here. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scares here.
Waved at him and gave him a smile. He hopped into a small boat floating by the edge of the pond and began to row over to me.
For real?
As he got close enough where trying to speak to him wouldn't come off as obnoxious, I gave him a friendly, "Perfect day, isn't it?" "Yes, absolutely," he said.
I
He
would
didn't
trust
say
you.
anything after that, and I started to feel a bit awkward, as if I were obligated to keep some kind of conversation rolling now.
I hate that feeling.
"So, you come out here to throw some lines?" I asked. "No, I don't actually fish."
What the freak are you doing out here?
"Well, it's never a bad day to relax on the pond," I said. He continued to row closer to me until his boat collided with mine with a big thud.
Are you serious?
Genuinely uncomfortable now.
Yo, look at his face. This big old pond out here. You just want to roll. It's like when dudes go in the bathroom. It's like 50 stalls. You go to one random one, you know, somewhere down the side. And then somebody come in and come to the stall right next to you. It's all this room in here.
Just weirded out.
Nah,
He was only
get
24
away from
years
me.
old. This guy looked like he was late 40s or 50s. There was an awkward silence. I tried to just act like I was focused on trying to make a catch. But by
No.
now, that wasn't even on my
I'm
mind.
getting out the...
This guy was weird. I didn't know what he wanted, and I was uncomfortable being so close to him. I felt him looking at me, or at least my direction, as I faced halfway to the opposite direction of him. I took a quick glance to my right. Yeah, he was staring at me. I just
Hey, what you doing over there? Catching a little fish. Yeah, that...
decided to be ballsy and lock eye contact with him. After about 4 seconds, he looked away.
Nah,
So,
nah.
where are you from? I asked him.
Why is he trying to talk to him?
Up there. He pointed behind himself in the direction of the woodsy hill leading past the dirt road. "Oh, you live by Suffolk?" I asked. No, I'm not," he said.
Where do you live?
"What made you decide to come out here?" I said. "Why not?" I continued to try and uncomfortably fill the awkward silences that kept coming up.
Leave.
His responses were dry. He didn't contribute anything to what was barely a conversation.
Trying to talk to your crush. Hey, how you doing, girl? Okay.
They're not doing anything, with half a smile on his face, looking either at me or in my general direction throughout. I was creeped out. My heart was racing at this point.
Yeah,
I'd
leave.
go as far as saying that I was nervous for my life. We were surrounded by trees in all directions in the middle of the pond.
Dude.
I started to row a bit closer to land,
Yeah,
in a
there you
very
go.
low-key kind of way, trying
Yeah.
to play it off as me just trying to find a better spot to find some fish.
Don't follow me.
I was horrified when I saw he was following me.
Oh my god.
"Have a great day, huh?" I felt a shake in my voice. I got close enough to the edge of the pond where I finally told the man, "I think I'm gonna call it a day."
Yeah.
I turned to see his reaction. He was still staring at me, but his smile was gone now.
What do you want?
"I can't let you leave," he said.
Oh, no.
He lifted his flannel to expose a handgun sticking out of his jean. As soon as I could process what I was looking at, I dove at the boat for land,
Yeah,
holding
yes.
a mile uphill through the woods back to my house, and locked every door and window as soon as I made it home. I pulled down the blinds to the dining room window, leaving it open just a crack for peeking outside undetected. It started to get dark out, and I left every light in the house off, still peeking out to the front yard, making sure I wasn't followed.
I'm going
The
to
time
a
came
hotel.
when I finally decided I wasn't followed. I realize now, like you, that not calling the police immediately was a huge mistake. I kept my bedroom windows open to let the room air out. My bedroom was on the second floor, so I wasn't worried about being watched through the window. About half an hour after shutting the light and falling under the covers, I heard the sound of leaves crunching from outside.
He found your house!
I sat up to hear it more clearly. There's definitely something walking around out there. Normally I would assume it was a deer or a bear, but after what just happened, I
Y'all know what time it is, right? Don't look at me confused. Y'all know what time it is. My man is outside the window. It's only one thing I can do. It's only one thing I can do. That's cool. I got something for you. I got something for you. You wanna be outside my window? You might get this buckshot, baby boy. Now what you trying to do? Let somebody.
still in paranoia mode. I sat up as still as a statue, except for my shaking out of fear, waiting as the sounds of the steps stopped. Hey buddy, you up there? Are you trying to sleep? Sorry, didn't mean to wake you. I felt like 100 pounds just fell directly onto my chest. It was the same voice. I knew it right away. I didn't make a sound. I crept out of the room, quietly downstairs from the kitchen, and grabbed the phone, practically crawling on my way out to avoid being seen through the open blinds. I called 911 like I should have earlier, in the temporary safety of my bedroom. I made sure to whisper into the phone, as I was still hoping that he hadn't yet heard or spotted me. 20 minutes felt like an hour as I sat behind my bed, waiting for the police to arrive in constant fear that I would hear glass breaking from downstairs, or a thud on the back door, or even just the voice again from down below my window outside. The police did a thorough investigation of the property in nearby woods, turning up nothing. They suggested I stay with a friend or a family member for a few days.
You gotta
so
move.
I did.
You gotta move now.
I never heard from or saw the man again.
Uh-huh.
I still moved a month later. I couldn't deal with the constant fear and paranoia of being watched through my windows.
Thank you for
I
having
feel much
common
more
sense.
calm fishing out by the day now.
Did he get killed by something else? Yo, that story was lit. Alright guys, this next one is called Hitchhiking Horror Stories. And I am an avid non-supporter of hitchhiking. Hitchhiking horror stories.
3 months after I turned 16 in 2005, I got my first car, a 99 Toyota Camry. On a warm Saturday night, when my friend Alex invited me over to one of his friend's big parties, I knew I wouldn't be in a condition to drive the Camry home afterward. So we carpooled with Alex's girlfriend, Brianna. We lived in the countryside of Virginia, meaning less big parties. Meaning when there was a big party, it was a huge deal and everyone would go. We lived about 5 to 10 minutes away from this kid's house. I knew where he lived as I was acquainted with him, but not exactly friends. The same two-lane highway type road through the woods, and this kid's house was actually on this road further down. At certain points on this road, there were a few houses on either side, and then it would just go back to being a long, empty highway again. The house was tiny, like a lot of houses around the area, but the party was held outside anyways, since its closest neighbors were relatively far away, and noise wasn't an issue.
Dope.
I'll skip most of the party up until the point that Brianna, who was supposed to be our designated driver, suddenly leave for a small family emergency. Alex said it was fine and that we'd find a ride. Well, fast forward another few hours and another few drinks, and I could barely even walk straight. I checked my watch, and it was like 2 in the morning. I figured it was time to go. I started looking for Alex, but I couldn't find him anywhere. In fact, it seemed like everybody I knew had already left.
Oh no.
I could barely even think straight, but I was still furious at the fact that Alex could have actually left without me. I asked to use the party host's phone and dialed Alex's home number. After 2 tries, I gave up and then realized I shouldn't wake his family up. So, literally not knowing what else to do,
kind of friend you go to a party with where he leave and forget about you? It's 2 a.m. Narrator is toasted. He can't drive home. He don't know nobody else at the party. If I ever go to a party and you're drunk and you just can't get a ride home, you got cash for Uber, call me before you hitchhike, all right? Oh, you need my cell phone number? All right, it's 73.
I dizzily stepped out onto the road and began walking back home. I knew this walk would take anywhere from half an hour to an hour in my condition.
Hey,
Maybe after 15 minutes of walking down the road, the slight shine of car headlights on the road was fading in from behind me. Jumping for joy inside, I lifted up my arm and stuck out my thumb.
why?
As the car neared, it slowed down and came to a
You
stop.
never know who is pulling up.
The man driving the '98 Ford Explorer rolled down the window and asked where you headed. I told him my house was just down the road and beyond a right turn, probably slurring my words beyond comprehension.
No, he drunk.
He chuckled and told me to hop in. I thanked him and joyously hopped into the truck. I was exhausted, and I remember completely disregarding things the guy was asking me because I was so close to just passing out. And that's what happened.
No.
The memories of being in that truck turned to a fog, as I'm sure I passed out.
He passed out in his car? Oh my gosh, this dude can take him
The
anywhere.
next thing I remember, I woke up still in the moving truck. The guy looked at me and left, but didn't say anything. I looked around.
You laughing at?
The road we were on wasn't familiar. I nervously asked, where are we going? He then said, so what were you doing out this late anyway?
Answer my question.
As the man answered my very straightforward question with another irrelevant question, the sobering reality of the situation hit me. You can let me out anywhere, I told the man. The man
You have no
responded
idea
with a
where you
firm
are.
No. I felt like throwing up as he said that. No, I really actually felt like I was going to throw up.
Oh,
I started
wait.
to gag as I felt more and more nauseous by the second.
yeah.
The man took his eyes off the road to look at me, and that's when I thought of the perfect distraction. I
Yes.
turned in his direction as I continued to gag, and he started to kind of lean away and slow down the car.
He's like, he kidnapped some dude. He started freaking barfing. He's like, oh, you're next to him. I just start spazzing. My dude be like, oh, oh, oh.
Thankfully, I drank as much as I did, because I finally threw up and made a point of doing it all over the
Yes.
man's lap. The man yelled in frustration and stopped the car, and that's when I took it upon myself to run for my life into the woods and duck behind a few bushes.
He hit him with the blow up
The man
finesse.
came following into the woods with a flashlight, and on 2 separate occasions,
What?
he shined the light straight over me without noticing. Eventually, I heard his footsteps walk even further into the woods past me. That was when I ran back to his truck, but unfortunately, he was smart enough to lock it.
Oh, freak.
By
Why's
some
he over
miracle,
here
I saw
looking?
another car approaching in the distance, and I ran out into the middle of the street, waving my arms like a lunatic.
Yes.
The car tried to
They could
avoid
be a
me,
killer,
but I
though.
wouldn't let it. They were forced to stop, and I yelled at them to help me before they came back. Once I told them that I was kidnapped by the man who was driving that Ford Explorer, the driver agreed to give me a lift. Not to the police station or anything, but to my house. I made it back safely, where I couldn't thank the driver enough.
Thank you.
I immediately woke up my parents and told them. My dad wanted to know if I got his tag number. And then I felt like punching myself in the face. I failed to get the simplest information from the guy that would have allowed me to actually properly report him.
Dang.
All I knew was that he drove a faded blue '99 Ford Explorer. I made sure to give Alex a piece of my mind, and part of me always held a grudge against him ever since, just for abandoning me at a party without telling me.
When I see you at school tomorrow, you're getting green. Take that as you will. Listen. Yo, wrap that up. Llama Arts and Mr. Nightmare, which I learned is the narrator, or the narrator. It's like a 2-hit combo. Mr. Nightmare is dope at the freaking narration, and then Llama Arts just brings it to life. I want to do one more. All right, let's just do one more.
Matthew, this took place on the first night, which was a Friday night. Matthew was already supposedly asleep while I was in the living room watching a movie. I got a knock at the door.
Forget it was.
I looked at the clock. It was close to midnight. There was no way I was opening it. Not even 10 seconds later.
Oh my God! Could you imagine it being like midnight and then somebody just at your freaking front door like...
The sound of 2 or 3 men angrily. Seconds later, I heard the sound of 2 or 3 men angrily banging on the door, telling me to open up. I felt like
How many doors is out there?
I took a peek through the blinds, and there was somebody standing right on the other side of the window.
Oh my God!
I fell back in fear, and after managing to get back on my feet, I ran to the kitchen phone first thing to call the police. They said because of the weather, it could take a while for an officer to get here. I was told to take the child and hide somewhere until an officer arrived. They wanted to keep me on the line, but I wasn't thinking clearly in the heat of the moment and hung up. However, it wasn't until I ran through the living room that I realized the banging had stopped. I took a second peek through the living room window. Nobody was there now.
Oh my gosh, where are they? Oh!
I heard the sound of glass shattering from a few rooms over. My knees started to feel weak as I realized they had just broken the window and were about to climb into the house. I had to run and get Matthew. I couldn't just leave without him. Of course, when I got upstairs, there was no time left to run back downstairs, as I already heard footsteps and laughter coming from downstairs.
Oh my!
I covered Matthew's mouth with my hand as I ran with him into his toy closet. A few minutes dragged on to what felt like half an hour as we sat there in the dark closet. Matthew began to squeal as footsteps on the carpet reached the outside of his bedroom door. There was more than one person. They came inside.
No.
There weren't many places to hide in this room.
Oh my God.
I was actually reflecting on my whole life, so sure I was going to die. We heard the sound of a police siren outside, even from in the closet, and then I heard one of the men in the room mutter, "Mosh." I opened the door back up as I heard at least 3 pairs of footsteps hurriedly rushing down.
About a hot 7 seconds. That had been Detroit, Michigan. Good luck. We'll be there in about 45 minutes.
Stairs. They didn't get far as the police found footprints in the backyard, leading to our shed. There were 5 men in total, and they were all arrested.
5? Oh, this one is creepy. Alright, his name is Maxie. I already know. Guys, that's gonna do it for this week's Spooky Sunday.
What is it, mommy?
Okay. What is it?
Mommy.
You're gonna have to wake up real early to take a bath in the morning. I want all that stuff off. Put it down.
Where I'm going in the morning.
You have school.